In a subtle message delivered on WWE Raw, Liv Morgan asked Dominik Mysterio one question. As a result, the group dynamic has become even more contentious. Despite Judgment Day's best efforts, WWE Raw has not been able to solidify its supremacy. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez were defeated in their bout at Survivor Series. On several occasions, Finn Balor's pursuit of Damian Priest has been thwarted. Rarely are the tag team championships defended. On top of that, they're not exactly getting along. Finn Balor and Liv Morgan's divergent goals make it hard to predict how long their relationship will last. After ruining Damian Priest's prospects at Survivor Series, Finn Balor was going away to discuss obtaining a shot at the World Championship from Gunther on Raw. But she was not going to put her faith in Balor after he had savagely attacked Morgan and Rodriguez after their defeat. She was not pleased that he had pledged not to associate with Damian Priest, but was now repeatedly shooting at Dominik Mysterio instead. After Balor departed, she gave Mysterio a hushed order to keep an eye on him and pursue the superstar. After Balor confronted the champion, Dominik Mysterio, who had been following him around, had a bout later that night against Gunther. The friendship between Liv Morgan and Dominik Mysterio, as well as the complexities between their WWE characters and real-life friendship, have long fascinated viewers of the show. Backstage during a stressful WWE Raw broadcast, Liv gently told Dominik something about Finn Balor and the growing animosity inside the Judgment Day group. It was a quiet but sad moment. A broken commitment concerning Damian Priest was the root cause of all this. There was anxiety around Judgment Day for weeks. Nervousness ran high as Dominik struggled to find his footing as the faction's bridge builder. Finn sought dominance, and Damian's erratic nature added fuel to the fire. Meanwhile, Liv Morgan stood far from the mayhem, although she had a special insight into the impending storm. Though straightforward in concept, Damian Priest's commitment to keep his money in the bank suitcase out of the way on Judgment Day proved to be more difficult in practice. For those on the outside looking in, it was only a plot point, another way to develop the leading villain group in WWE. However, for Liv, who kept a sharp eye on things and was sometimes Finn and Damian's confidant outside of the ring, it represented something far more fundamental, a bond that would bind Judgment Day. Nevertheless, that cohesion was disintegrating. Whilst they were on the road together a few weeks ago, Finn Balor confessed in Liv about how he felt ignored by Damian because of his fixation with briefcases. "It's as if Damian no longer has faith in us," Finn had said, his voice uncharacteristically exposed as he leaned against a corridor wall. "Our goal as a group was to grow as individuals, not to foster such unhealthy rivalry." Without interfering, Liv had only nodded, lending Finn her non-judgmental ear. She was well aware that attempting to mediate between the Judgment Day side was a recipe for disaster. But she also couldn't disregard Finn's comments. It was the middle of WWE Raw, and the crowd was electric. Matches came and went, with superstars vying for attention under the bright lights. Backstage, though, a quieter, more personal narrative unfolded. Liv Morgan, dressed in her edgy yet glamorous ring attire, had been scheduled for a segment later in the night, but for now, she was lingering near the backstage monitors, watching a Judgment Day promo unfold in the ring. Damian Priest was speaking, his words heavy with thinly veiled jabs at Finn Balor's leadership. Finn stood beside him, arms crossed, his jaw clenched, the tension between them palpable even through the screen. Dominik Mysterio, standing off to the side in his usual defiant posture, looked like he wanted to intervene but hesitated. Rhea Ripley, ever the faction's enforcer, shot Damian a warning glance, but the damage was done. As the segment ended, the four walked backstage, the atmosphere icy between them. Liv had seen enough. She spotted Dominik first, trailing slightly behind the rest of Judgment Day as they headed toward their locker room. Quietly, she approached, her boots making only the faintest sound against the concrete floor. "Dom," she said, her voice low but firm. Dominik turned, surprised to see her. "Liv, what's up?" She glanced around to make sure no one else was within earshot before leaning in slightly. "You need to talk to Finn," she said, her tone serious. Dominik frowned, clearly puzzled. About what? About Damien. Liv replied. Finn's losing his patience. If you don't step in, this thing with the briefcase is going to blow up. Dominik ran a hand through his hair, frustration flashing across his face. I've tried, Liv. I've been trying to keep everyone on the same page. But Damien's stubborn, and Finn's not exactly easy to talk to when he's mad. Liv smirked faintly. You think I don't know that? But Dom, you're the one person they both actually listen to, even if they don't show it. Finn respects you more than you think. And Damien, well, he trusts you more than he does Finn right now. Dominik hesitated, clearly weighing her words. Why are you telling me this? He finally asked. Liv's smirk softened into something more sincere. Because I've been where Finn is right now, feeling like you're being pushed out of something you helped build. It's not a good place to be. And because I know you care about keeping this group together. Liv's words stayed with Dominik as the night progressed. Judgment Day had another segment, planned a tag team match with Finn and Damien reluctantly paired together. Backstage, Liv observed from the shadows, noting the subtle glances Finn shot toward Damien, and the way Damien seemed to avoid eye contact altogether. During the match, the cracks in Judgment Day's unity were on full display. Miscommunications between Finn and Damien allowed their opponents to take control, leading to a chaotic finish that saw Damien accidentally cost Finn the match. As the bell rang, Finn erupted, shoving Damien and shouting in frustration. Rhea and Dominik rushed to intervene, but the damage was done. Backstage, the fallout was immediate. Finn stormed off to the locker room. Damien closed behind, the two clearly ready to hash it out. Rhea, ever the stoic leader, followed to keep things from escalating further. That left Dominik standing in the hallway, clearly torn between following his faction mates or letting them sort it out themselves. It was then that Liv approached him again. Now's your chance, she said simply. Dominik sighed, but there was a determination in his eyes now. You think Finn will even listen to me after that? He will, Liv assured him. You just have to remind him why you're all in this together. He needs to know he's not alone in this. As Dominik disappeared down the hallway, Liv felt a sense of quiet satisfaction. She had done what she could. The rest was up to them. But her thoughts lingered on Finn. She knew how much Judgment Day meant to him, not just as a faction, but as a statement of his resilience, his ability to reinvent himself after years of ups and downs in WWE. For Liv, watching Finn struggle within his own creation was a reminder of her own journey. She had faced similar challenges, moments of doubt, conflicts with teammates, and the constant pressure to prove herself. In a way, she saw a reflection of her own struggles in Finn's current predicament. And that was why she couldn't just stand by and do nothing. The rest of the night unfolded with its usual mix of drama and high-energy matches. But for Liv, the real story was what happened behind the scenes. Word spread that Finn and Damien had a heated but ultimately productive conversation, with Dominik playing the role of peacemaker. By the end of the night, the group emerged from their locker room looking more united, though the tension wasn't completely gone.